Yo guys, what's going on? My name's Eclipse, and today we will be taking a look at the brand new card coming to Clash Royale, and this card being the Graveyard. So as I'm making this video, the Graveyard will be coming out in about 9 hours, but by the time you're watching this, the card might already be out, or it'll be out very soon. And as far as the description goes, it says, unearths a gang of skeletons anywhere in the arena, spooky. So essentially, it's like a tombstone and a skeleton army combined. I'm not too sure if that makes sense to you guys, but let's get into some gameplay. Now, one disclaimer, which is very sad news. Supercell took me off the VIP list, so I no longer have access to the developer build. So the only way I'm getting gameplay for this video is because of my friend Wicked Gaming. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him. I'll have a link to his channel down in the description below, but just understand all of the gameplay in this video is from him. So with that being said, let's cut into the first battle. And boom, here we are with the gameplay from my friend Wicked. And let me just say one thing real quick. I've used the Graveyard spell before because, like I said, I used to have access to the developer build until they booted me off. So yeah, I've used it before. I know how the card plays, but I haven't actually seen any of the replays in this video yet. So I'm watching this all for the first time, so I'm just gonna commentate things how I see them. Also, I'm not too sure what just happened to that musketeer. She was all stuttery and stuff. Now here goes the first Graveyard spell. There is a lumberjack kind of clearing things out, and there is a giant on the tower as well. So he took down that tower pretty good already, and the Game Hunter, who is the guy on top, he actually used a Graveyard spell to defend a Graveyard spell. I feel like that's somewhat counterproductive. I'm not sure if that's the most effective thing to do, but that's what he decided to go for. Now right here, there's a little miner and princess action going on, and I think the Game Hunter might be doing like a double prince stack, or at least I think he is, and I'm not too sure, you know, what both these players are using. So there goes his little push at the bottom, and I don't see too many players run the ice golem. Like, I feel like the only time someone will actually use the ice golem is if they're running an expo. No one actually like uses it seriously, I feel like. Now right here we have another graveyard on graveyard action going on, and it looks like my friend Wicked's spell did a lot better than the dude up top. Now there goes a log. The log did pretty well, and right now this battle is just kind of going kind of slow, and from the looks of things, I feel like the Graveyard spell is going to be really overpowered, especially in this meta. Right now, a lot of people are running Expo, Skeleton Army, so I'm just waiting for some person to put a Graveyard spell to defend their Expo, because I know it is bound to happen. Now there goes some arrows. That Mega Minion kind of got wiped out, and I think we should be ready to expect another Graveyard spell, and I believe the Graveyard spell takes about like 1.5 seconds to actually activate. Also, from Orange Juice, or according to Orange Juice, you're supposed to and according to Orange Juice, you're supposed to you are supposed to deploy the spell kind of off-centered. I'll touch on that in a second. I just want to wait for a perfect example to come. Now my friend Wicked, he already destroyed one tower, and again we have more graveyard on graveyard action going on. There goes a log, and yeah, his push was defended against again. So I feel like the Game Hunter's pushes aren't going too well. My friend Wicked's just stopping them like every time. Now right here we have a miner and giant push. There goes the princess, and I assume he will place that Graveyard spell if he can. Oh wait, the battle already ended. Match over. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into the next battle. We are now in battle number 2. It is the same people playing, so my friend Wicked is on bottom, and his friend the Game Hunter, he is up on top. So to start things off, there's a tombstone which is kind of far back, and then there's also a Graveyard spell on the tombstone. Kind of a weird combo, I guess. I don't know. Let's just see how it plays off for him though. And right here we have the Graveyard spell, and then the enemy had a oh no, that was a rage spell from the lumberjack. For some odd reason I was gonna say the enemy had a rage spell, but It was just the lumberjack. I'm, you know, in a weird mood. Not too sure what I'm thinking. But right here we have the miner and princess again. There's a free spell plus a graveyard spell on the bottom. And that right there just like melted that tower. Holy crap. So the tower on the bottom is 100% done. And the tower on the top still has quite a bit to go. Right now the Game Hunter is probably gonna win this battle, but let's just see if my boy can come back. Here goes the Mega Minion. I don't think this is gonna last too long. Yeah, there goes the poor innocent Mega Minion. And now here is another push on the left. There's an Ice Golem and a Lumberjack, and then that's kind of gonna get defended rather easy, I feel like. And then that Musketeer with a Graveyard spell. Let's just see how this works out. And when you deploy the Graveyard spell, you're supposed to deploy it like that, because if you deploy it in the wrong spot, then there's a chance that the Graveyard spell might activate the King's Tower, and you really don't want that to happen. Now for some reason Wicked put a miner on the King Tower. Oh, okay, that makes sense. He was gonna send it in with a Goblin Barrel, but that really didn't work out too well, and it doesn't help that there was a log there either. Now we have the Dark Prince plus an Ice Golem again, but since the Dark Prince is in front of the Ice Golem, that doesn't really work out too well. So again, that push right there was kind of a fail. Now Game Hunter, he is ready for another Graveyard spell, and this time he put it covering both the towers. So right now there are two Graveyard spells going down. The dude on the bottom, his towers are frozen, but if you're looking up top, there is a miner distracting both those towers. And from the looks of it, I feel like the miner plus the Graveyard spell is really overpowered. Like, I'm not too sure how it'll play in an actual battle, but from the looks of things, it looks like it can be really good. Now if you're looking up top, that is actually an enemy Graveyard spell, so he's actually using it for offense, kind of like a weird position. I'm not too sure why he didn't just put it on the tower, but whatever floats his boat, maybe he's just experimenting, I guess. And now right here, there's another Graveyard spell going down, and I feel like this is gonna be the end of things. That tower is about to go down. There are two Graveyard spells on each other, and this battle has ended. So guys, right now, we are going to transition into battle number 3. We are now in the third and final battle of the video, and this one is a little bit different. So again, it's from my friend Wicked Gaming, as all of the battles in this video are, but in this case, both the players are only going to be using skeleton decks. So if you're wondering why these decks are very strange or very weird put together, that would be why. So both players are in on this. Both of them are strictly using skeletons only. So yeah, let's see how this plays off. And again, I haven't watched any of these battles yet. I don't know who wins, I don't know the outcome, and pretty much I don't know what / how is going to happen. So already like a minute has passed and nothing too special has happened. Pretty much both players just have a whole bunch of skeletons flowing down the lane, and it looks like the Game Hunter, he has a witch plus bomber. Let's see if he'll end up putting a giant skeleton down. Oh wait, okay, so my friend Wicked, he decided to push the opposite lane, but unfortunately there's a tombstone that's kind of gonna stop him. And then if you're looking on the right, here are some guards, and those guards, wow, those guards actually did a pretty decent job at stopping that. And unfortunately the giant skeleton did die, which is unfortunate, but I really wasn't expecting too much from that in the first place. And still, no players have touched the towers yet. Now here goes both graveyards. There's a graveyard on the bottom, and I thought Wicked was gonna place a graveyard up top, but instead he decided to place a witch down to try and counter that. And the graveyard alone, even though there was a witch attacking it, it still managed to do over 700 damage. Or wait, was that almost 800 damage? Okay, so the graveyard is a pretty good spell from the looks of it. And if you're looking in the top left, here goes another graveyard, and this graveyard was kind of placed poorly. If you're looking at it, there's a chance that a skeleton might go off and attack the King Tower. So if you guys ever get the graveyard, just make sure you put it slightly off centered. Now right there, that tower on the bottom, it is gonna go down. So the Game Hunter, he got his first tower down, and it looks like my friend Wicked is actually about to destroy. Actually, you know what? He actually isn't about to destroy anything. He had the giant bomb go off, and then he put another graveyard spell of his own, but I'm not too sure if that's actually gonna do anything. It looks like the tombstone actually did a pretty good job at countering that. Now right here, there are skeletons crossing the bridge, and there's a graveyard spell on the tower, so things aren't really looking too well for Wicked at this point. Now we have a giant skeleton battle on the bridge. We have another graveyard spell down, and there's only only 10 seconds left, so it looks like this battle is gonna be a bust for Wicked, and it looks like the Game Hunter is gonna take the W on this battle. So guys, that is everything I do have for today's video. Remember, special shout out to Wicked Gaming for letting me use his gameplay. Also, I'm gonna give a shout out to my other friend, the Game Hunter. Both of them have YouTube channels, and neither of them are really super big. I mean, they have a decent following, but of course, you guys can always go out and help them out if you would like. So keep in mind, if you want to give them a sub, I'll have both of their channels down in the description below. Also, if for anyone curious when the Graveyard spell is coming out, remember, it will be coming out very, very soon, and the odds are by the time you're watching this video, it might already be out. So guys, this has been Eclihpse. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.